Hola.
Hello, sunflowers, all the light in the world, the peace and the blessing of Saint Sarah and all of us, the Romani people. Look at this radiant Romani woman here on this Thursday, June 11, 2026, bringing you the predictions you asked for. You know, the most requested or most liked comments always make it on air. It might not be the next day or even the same week, but they always make it on air. And I want to thank all of you who trust this Romani woman, who leave your likes here, your constructive criticism, your suggestions for videos. To those of you who send us any amount through this QR code here on the screen, any PIX donation for our animal cause, for our many rescued animals, victims of mistreatment, abandonment, and vulnerability. To all of you who help this channel grow every day, eternal gratitude, and may you receive it threefold, sunflower, in peace, love, health, and blessings in your life. Whoop! Well, here we go. You asked for it, right? First, I want to know what you thought. What about the new cover photo and my new profile picture? Look, everything was done with a lot of care. We're improving this channel every day. The more the channel grows, the more constructive criticism I receive, and the more we improve our channel, okay? I'm kind of lost with my hands because I can't lean on this temporary table, So I'm kind of, but next week my little table arrives and everything's going to be fine. For now, I'm just adjusting here. Tarcísio de Freitas. That's right, Tarcísio de Freitas, who is the current governor of São Paulo. Could he make it to the Planalto? Yeah, could something happen? Is there anything that could change your political trajectory? And what will his political future be? So you asked for it. Let's go then to Tarcísio de Freitas. And his little candle isn't here. I put it over there. You can't see it because I wanted a little more space on the table. I'm just testing, okay? But his candle is fine. It's not flickering. It's not weepy. What I feel from the energy, he was born, let me see here. He was born on June 19, 1975. We're the same age. He's just 6 months older than me. He's in personal year 7. But now, on the 19th, he'll enter personal year 8. And personal year 8? 8 is the number of infinity in Kabbalistic numerology. It's a number that indicates infinite possibilities. I'll assure you before I lay out my cards. If Tarcísio de Freitas, even though Flavio is so strong, were to run for office with the energy I'm feeling right now, today, June 11th, if he ran, he would have it. Strong chances to win these elections, okay? The energy, well, there's no need to say how smart he is, right? But I feel the energy of an intelligent man, a healthy man, okay? He just needs to take care of heart issues in the future because I see a slight tendency toward heart problems later on when he gets older. So take care of the vascular part, the heart, but also a little bit of gastritis. I sense a little bit of gastritis. Gastritis, as I channeled Tarcísio's energy, I felt a slight burning sensation. So I don't know if he's a man who's always on the go from the energy I'm feeling here. He is, right? But he needs to take care of his stomach as well, okay? And there's possibly a case of gapyluria there, okay? That needs to be treated. But other than that, he's a very healthy man. And if he takes care of his heart, he'll live for many, many years, okay? Well, let's go then. That's what I'm feeling from his channeled energy. His candle isn't weeping. It's not giving off black smoke. It's a very calm candle, okay? With 2 decks. So let's see the political future of Tarcísio de Freitas. And if there is you want to know, right? Whatever you ask for, the gypsy delivers. Let's go. I ask the mentors of light to use me as an instrument through this gypsy deck to bring precise and objective predictions and revelations about Tarcísio de Freitas, the current governor of São Paulo. What will his political future be? Please reveal it to us. So it is. So it shall be, thank God. Already, I ask the mentors of light to use me as an instrument also through this gypsy deck to bring precise and objective predictions about Tarcísio de Freitas. To bring predictions. And finally, mentors saying about the future. What can be revealed to us about him and about politics? He will reach a high position. Thank you. Bye bye. Are you listening? There's an owl here near the condominium. This is an area with another area in front of it, preserved in the forest. Not sure if you can hear the owl. The owl, for us Roma people, especially for me, is related to wisdom and clairvoyance, to see what is hidden. Bye bye. But it's still daytime. The owl is calling. And oh, please, directions, don't come at me with that here. Owl. During the day, it's still a bad omen. Owl. The owl is not a bad omen at all. Quite the opposite. Please, if that were true, I would have tattooed an owl on my chest, right? And then I have 2 tower houses for Tarcísio. But hold on, okay? We'll get there. I know you want to know what he's up to. You'll see. This is just an overview. The elections, contrary to what some people think, I don't sit around watching commentary. I don't sit around watching commentary, no. Others, YouTubers who talk about the topics I bring here, no, I don't. I don't have time, sunflowers. I swear I really don't. I have to record every day. I have to send light mandalas on Tuesdays. On Fridays, I do another ritual which is exclusive for those who are part of the Sunflower Club. It's a much more delicate ritual. And I have to give feedback on the light mandalas. I have my consultations. My life is really demanding, honestly, okay? So I don't have time to watch other YouTubers. I actually like other YouTubers, okay? But I just can't. It's rare for me to manage it. Sometimes only on the weekend when I binge watch, But I can't. Honestly, I can't, okay? So I don't know what has already been said about Tarcísio de Freitas regarding that competition, right? Maybe with Flavio. No, I don't see that here, okay? I don't see it because there's a cut here too, okay? I don't see him wanting to reach the presidency now, wanting to compete with Flavio Bolsonaro. Okay? If someone said something different and it wasn't him, just ignore it, okay? Because I don't see that here, okay? Yeah, I don't see it. It's actually the opposite, okay? I see that he intends to do a lot for the state of São Paulo. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Which is the house of the night, bringing many improvements, a lot of progress to the heart of São Paulo, right? The stork, which is the sum of the house, right? Plus 7 makes 8. 8, which is exactly the number he lives and will live now, starting from his birthday. He will bear much fruit with his heart, with his feelings, okay? I have this in both readings. Although the criticism that comes at him is, wait, hold on, I'll get there, okay? Wait, hold on, I'll get there. But I see that you want to know if he's going to win. if Tarcísio de Freitas is going to win as governor, right? Be re-elected again. Okay? Again, thanks to the Father in heaven, to our Master Jesus, our Mother Saint Sarah, our mentors. He is at least the best governor I have seen here in the state of São Paulo so far, okay? So he is going to win this election as governor. You can be absolutely sure. If you want to run against Tarcísio, you're going to waste your time, right? Yeah, but he will win for sure. For sure. In fact, he will be re-elected. However, he could reach the presidency, yes, because of the energy I feel from him. Why? He could if something happened to Flavio Bolsonaro. I've already made a prediction here for Flavio Bolsonaro, and with even more details over at the Clube dos Direções, okay? So, if they do something to Flavio and he takes Flavio's place to run for office, he wins, okay? Either way, he wins, okay? He wins at anything he decides to do now, okay? He really wins, okay? However, I see that Tarcísio de Freitas has some attitudes that don't, let's say, political ones, okay? I'm not talking about the person. That may not only harm him in the future in his political career, okay? But he could also have problems, okay? Because I have the House of Clouds here. And that's how it seems to me, okay? Despite all the improvements he's making for the state of São Paulo and plans to make, and if there's room for that, he really will, because he's going to win. He's going to have some, look, I'm telling you, he's going to have some setbacks, and it's going to be crazy. So I'm making this video today, making this revelation today, June 11th, and it's possible that in 2 weeks or at most a month, write this down, he'll have problems. They'll start to report that Tarcísio de Freitas did this, which didn't please people. Tarcísio de Freitas did that within politics, okay? And this in the future, I'll even give you one of the cherries on top. And I have the Tower here in both readings, and the Tower is not a good card, no. In this sense, it can totally ruin everything he built in his political career. In other words, what he still has in the works, which was hidden, okay? Which is hidden from us. In other words, he has some alliances in mind, okay? Including with people from foreign countries. It could bring serious problems to his political career, okay? He's going to enter a year with an incredible amount of open paths for anything he decides if he wants to triple the money he has. It's a year for him to make investments. It's an amazing year. Year 8 is a year for money. It's a year for progress. It's a year for open paths, for positivity. But I'm talking about the future, especially since after year 8 comes year 9, which is the closing of a cycle, according to Kabbalistic numerology. The Tower House stood right here. This could bring serious problems for him to remain in politics in the future, okay? I don't see it unless something happens with Conflavel, because certainly if something happens with Conflavel, from what I'm seeing here, they put Tarcísio in. Okay? I mean, even though it's tough, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There's nowhere to run. PT is fading away, right? It's like, you know, the crumbs from a cookie when you eat it? That's what PT is turning into. The PT crowd should forget it. There's nowhere to run. But I don't see it unless he gets an opportunity now. I don't see him in the future as president of the republic. I don't see it. It's not in his life path to be president of the republic. However, okay, in the future, I mean, okay, there is a possibility for now, but for the future, 2030, 2036, 2040, I don't see it. I don't see it. Do you understand? Do you see where the fortune teller is trying to get? But I see that his actions, alliances with people who are not very acceptable from foreign countries that he is making, politically speaking, for the state of São Paulo will bring serious problems. And in 2 weeks to a month, we'll have TV talking about this. And you'll remember this video here, okay? You'll remember he's going to have problems, and these problems, if he continues with these alliances, because that's where his free will comes in, okay? If he continues with these alliances, he's going to have a lot of political losses, even more so, because people are like that, right? Human beings, yes, you do good things, but the moment you mess up, people forget the good things, following a certain prediction. But if I bring a prediction that didn't come true on the date in the period I mentioned, or even a little later, that's it. Isn't that how it works? So with Tarcísio, it will be the same thing. If he doesn't have a lot of tact, a lot of flexibility, and chooses not to take certain actions, because of these alliances, he will have problems in the future to continue his policies, all right? He will have very serious problems like the Casa da Torre that we saw here. However, like I said, what I see here are tendencies, the best path to follow. If he acts with coherence and prudence, which is what the Fox card asks for, he will have open paths and a great future ahead. Okay? It's as a governor, and then I don't know how it works, guys. I don't understand politics. That's why I didn't want to run, okay? I don't feel comfortable when it comes to politics. But he's a guy who's going to do a lot for Sao Paulo. He wins the elections, okay? He gets reelected as governor, wins the elections. And if he's careful with certain alliances, certain measures, certain steps he takes, he'll only grow, which is the child house. And look, he's going to bring it to Sao Paulo. I can see it in the cards and pendulum. He's going to bring it to Sao Paulo. I have progress. Sao Paulo is already the heart of Brazil when it comes to the economy. He will do extraordinary things that will leave the world speechless. He will transform this metropolis of Sao Paulo and the state itself into such a great powerhouse that in Sao Paulo, real estate is already extremely expensive. It will become even more valuable because what he will leave for Sao Paulo will be a sensation throughout Brazil and the world. So, may he know how to make the right alliances, and may he be careful with the alliances he forms. Because he truly has the ability and the opportunities to be considered the best governor Sao Paulo has ever had. All right? That's what it's about. Well, don't forget to leave your like. Leave your like as a thank you to the gypsy. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe. Here we have content from Monday to Friday. We have predictions for Brazil and the world. We also have case-solving content. We have free readings for you with your energy. Yes, free readings. We also have case-solving of all kinds, spiritual guidance, and much more. And when you leave your like, YouTube recommends the video to you so you don't miss out and stay ahead of the predictions here in Brazil and around the world. Okay? I leave all of you my gypsy blessing, the protection of our Mother Saint Sarah, our patroness. May she cover you with her mantle. May our Almighty Father in heaven, our Creator, bless you. And may our Master Jesus be present in the home, in the life, and in the heart of each one of you. Stay in the light. Let there be light. A kiss from the gypsy. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Oops. Cha.